What's poppin' people, it's Banana Bread Man, back at it again. I just saw Scream 7 and I wanted to talk about it, starting with a spoiler-free review and then moving into a spoiler-filled review, so let's get into it. As a Scream, it's pretty middle of the road. There's some cool stuff, there's some lame stuff, all around. I think it's probably a 5 out of 10. I like it more than 4 and 6, but that's about it. The entire first act was amazing. I loved it. I was having a fun time. Across the entire movie, pacing was pretty great. I didn't even realize how long I was in the theater until the end. And Joel McHale is a damn treasure in this movie. But that's probably just the community fan in me talking. One of the only negatives I can bring up without mentioning spoilers is that a lot of the gore looked like bad CGI. At first I thought it was like one weird blood splatter in the opening, but then they just kept up. But it wasn't like consistently bad. There were some moments that I thought looked pretty good, which I'll touch up later when I get into the spoilers, which will be like right now. So if y'all were only here for the spoiler-free stuff, thanks for stopping by. Catch you later. Everybody ready? Sweet. I'll start with the kills. All of them felt pretty well thought out. Except for the second Ghostface, just one dome shot and nothing else, no scare. He didn't even do anything in the climax. What does he even do? Though I am gonna brag that I called him out the first moment he was on screen. Though I got the motivation wrong. I thought it was gonna be like the Scream 3 cult thing. I didn't think Stu was actually back. I had more money riding on Mickey actually, partially because he's my favorite, partially due to the weird amount of Scream 2 references, and partially due to the fact that he's one of the only Ghostfaces to not get shot in the head, even if he was shot 25 times in the chest. It was pure copium. Anyways, the gore in each kill didn't really look great, especially Scott, Hannah, and Lucas's kill. I thought the setup was great, but the CGI took me out of it a bit. But that shot with the stage lights after Hannah's kill was probably one of my favorites of the movie. I will admit though, I like the way that Aaron and Chloe's kills look, or I guess the aftermaths. I thought the prosthetics looked really good. But you know, the gore doesn't really matter. How are the characters? I like 3, and the rest fell flat. Joel McHale as Mark was great. So I was under the impression the entire movie that Mark Kincaid got recast and that they changed their name as like a hiding thing, but apparently they're just 2 separate characters. Honestly, I'm cool with it. Seeing Jeff Winger haul ass is something I've sorely missed. Matthew Lillard as AI Stu was hamming it up in every scene, and I loved it. Lucas was cool. That's about it for him. I just thought he was kind of neat. Everyone else though, nah. The opening scene duo were alright, but they had no connection to the rest of the movie. Not even something throwaway, they were just there to die. All of Tatum's friends besides Lucas felt one note. Can't really think of any personality traits for any of them, and Lucas's only personality trait is being creepy. Ben especially was disappointing. There's this bit where he had the Stu deepfake up on his computer, and I thought there was going to be this cool tense moment in the car where Tatum and the audience knew, but Ben didn't know that she was aware. Could've been a fun moment, but nah, he just did that for no reason. Then Tatum smacks him with the laptop, he disappears as Ghostface shows up. Tatum runs for a bit, he finds Tatum, says he's not the killer, and then dies instantly. It just felt like he was there because there's always gotta be a boyfriend, you know? The Meek siblings had no reason to be there. They do nothing for this movie. And I think it's weird that despite Ghostface double tapping everyone else, they just let Chad and Mindy get away with a stab and a slice. Also, you'd think that the 2 of them would put up more of a fight by this point, but no, they just kind of take the dive. Gail also disappears halfway through this movie. I get that it's mostly a Sydney story, but come on. It just feels like she's regressed in Scream 5, and it's honestly really disappointing. Sydney feels a lot dumber in this movie. Like, there's this moment where Sydney forgets the keys to the car, and instead of running back inside for like 2 minutes so she can drive there, she just starts running on foot and doesn't get nearly close enough, so she backseats for Tatum. Then after Tatum mag dumps the Ghostface, instead of calling the police so that they have backup, she tells Tatum to leave the barricaded office to shoot him in the head. Turns out he's not dead, obviously, and Tatum gets kidnapped. It just felt like a lazy way to get to the final set piece. Tatum's also really flat. She doesn't have great chemistry with anyone in the cast, even Sydney. I think that's kind of a byproduct of this being Sydney's story first. They try to do this thing where they're both the lead, but it ends with Tatum feeling shafted. After the first Ghostface was killed, I thought the twist would be that it was like a bunch of randoms, like the psych ward guy and the theater teacher working under someone, like the old Scream 3 script, and that Tatum would have been the head once we saw her not getting attacked during the theater scene. Honestly glad they didn't go with that though. Would have just retreaded Jill, not really in motivation, but in application. Speaking of Ghostfaces, these were probably the weakest pair in the franchise. As individuals, Jessica's alright, nothing special. I liked her more than Charlie and the Scream 6 killers, even if she's kind of a nothing burger before the reveal, but the parasocial attachment angle is really interesting. It reminds me of the whole we treat real people like fictional characters and fictional characters like real people, or however it goes. Psych ward guy is probably the worst killer in the franchise though. I think I hate him more than Charlie, and I didn't think that would be possible. At least it's funny to hate on Charlie. This guy is just so worthless. At least Greg and Carl were cool for a moment. That line about him working for Google is so corny. My group and I were looking at each other trying not to laugh. There's really no need to even bring it up since Ben had the same model, meaning it's likely publicly publicly available, which makes these two feel even more incompetent since they just grabbed a random model online. Anyways, back to Cyborg Guy, he just dies with zero fanfare, gets shot in the head and goes down instantly. No real personality, he's just a guy, which kind of works for the parasocial commentary thing they're going for, but doesn't make an interesting character. Sorry, Charlie, but there's a new worst Ghostface in town. Now that I'm done talking about the characters, I'll discuss a couple of the little things that I didn't like, and then go into my favorite parts of the movie, because it's not all bad. I thought the use of AI could have been commentated on a little bit. Like, the characters use it, but the creators don't say anything with it. Maybe there's something about AI deepfakes being made of the kills or victims, so the characters don't know who's alive and who's dead. They kind of do this when Sydney's confronted by the old killers, but it doesn't feel like commentary. The cameos are cool, but more could have been done with them instead of just having a line or two. Also, the absent killers kind of confuse me. Billy not showing up is reasonable after being a major part of 5 and 6, especially since Sydney's trauma surrounding her own partner seems to have dissipated. I think Jill should have shown up or at least been mentioned. She's got nothing for a killer that should have been a major effect on Sydney, especially in a story surrounding her own family again. It feels like that could have really gotten to her, and maybe Jill could have been there beside or in place of Stu. It's more realistic than the TV thing, seeing how she was already in a hospital and a defibrillator can't really kill you. Also, the Mickey fan in me is so disappointed he didn't show up. Like, he's the killer that messed with Sid's head the most besides maybe Jill and Billy. Obviously, wanting 5 or 6 former killers to show up is a bit of a stretch, and it is probably nostalgia bait, although the scene already is nostalgia bait, so. The last complaint I have is that they refuse to kill any returning character. I know it's a Scream staple, but come on. I'd get it if the characters did something to warrant it, like escaping or fighting back, but Chad and Mindy just get stabbed and slashed, and instead of double tapping them like Lucas, they just get left there. Gale also needs a finale soon. They just do the same thing over and over, and it gets tiring. I'm 100% confident the reason Joel McHale survived is because he was originally meant to be Mark Kincaid, and they did not want to kill another returning character. I'm fine with the characters surviving, just have them do something that warrants it. Now for the good stuff. That opening scene was fire. Not the greatest thing in the franchise, but it's cool seeing the Mocker house finally put to rest in a blaze of glory. Despite the gore being weird for Scott's death, Madison's was awesome, and she was pretty damn resourceful, which is one of the best parts of a Scream character. The first Ghostface chase was so much fun. Sydney and Joel McHale hauling ass, the Jennifer Jolie reference was cool, and Gale running over the killer was hype as hell. It's also really cool seeing a killer get unmasked early on into the movie. I think it could have been a lot of fun if he stuck around for a little bit, but him dying isn't like the worst thing that could happen for the movie. All in all, easily my favorite scene of the movie. The theater teacher was funny as hell. There's this one line where he's like, "You're Sidney Prescott's daughter. I thought you'd be better at channeling some of that trauma." Like, damn, man, holy. The theater scene was amazing. The horror of being stuck in the lift was well done. The sound of Aaron getting killed in the background was great. And the hits had some weight behind them. Sure, the blood and guts looked pretty bad, but the whole pinata thing was kind of a fun dark comedy angle. Oh, and Joel McHale, easily my favorite newcomer in a Scream movie since Tara. He sometimes feels like he's playing the same character and everything, but he felt unique in this one in a way I can't really place, you know? The final positive I have is that I like the parasocial attachment angle they went for. I thought it was a cool, fresh motivation, and a fun commentary about the people who were mad she wasn't in 6. It just feels weird to make that commentary about letting Sydney go while abandoning the star of your last 2 films. That really sucks, because I was really getting attached to Sam and Tara. Ultimately, it's not a bad movie, but I think it could have been a lot better. While there are a couple of cool moments, my glorious king Joel McHale is in it, the movie as a whole feels meh. The killers feel lazy, the fun meta aspect was lacking, and there was a ton of nostalgia bait. Maybe I'm just getting tired of the franchise, but I do hope that Scream 8 is an improvement, because we are 100% getting it after that box office performance. Let me know what you all thought of the movie in the comments. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.